Alright, there's that. Oh, that. Are you really sure it's a good idea to be playing this right now? Oh, absolutely not. Are we going to do it anyways because we can't convince ourselves to change course? Yes. Spending the energy on changing course would just shut us down, so might as well just try to see what we can get out of this. What the fuck? There we are. Lovely. I'm not even gonna fucking bother. Oh, where is VC Face? Because I also need to deal with that. This is not a happy face. This is not a happy face. Cross-reference. I'm not taking up too much of the screen. Alright, time to go see what's ahead. The king and queen were proud and noble. A princess must be full of knowledge to rule her kingdom well, they said. Princess must be strong and unyielding to lead her people. Princess must never show weakness to guard her kingdom. I wish I were strong enough. I wish I were smart enough. I wish I were good enough that mother and father could love me. Yeah, lovely. So, mommy and daddy issues for this villain, okay? Sounds about right. Alright. The princess grew to be an accomplished young lady. Learned as the greatest scholars, adamant as the mountains, valiant as any general. I call bullshit. She attended balls, received honors, and sat in court with the king and queen. But though she danced with lords and ladies, no suitors came, no companions wiled the hours with her. Though the accolades poured in, she was always left alone when the ceremonies ended. Yeah, maybe teaching your child to focus on achievements more than being able to interpersonally connect has its downsides. Though she had become the perfect princess inside, she was hollow and dark as the old wishing well. Damn right. Hollow and dark indeed. I don't think that's going to be getting any better anytime soon. Makyo was Letely. Okay, that's M. Oh, jeez. Back to translating. Completely. Makio was completely... hey love. To... contain and destroy. No. Okay, so that's a U. Ayoko was completely repurposed. Contain and restrain just one being. The firstborn child of danger. Firstborn child is dangerous. Even even evocations. What? Fear her. My Macchio was completely repurposed to contain and restrain just one being. The firstborn child. The firstborn child is dangerous. Even evocations fear her. Neat. So, it was completely repurposed to contain and restrain just one being. The firstborn child. The firstborn child is dangerous. Even evocations fear her. Yeah, there's nothing we can do here. This place is like that of a maze. Oh, nice! Got a level up out of that. Wait a second. Nice. Well, I'm not dealing with that. I am emotionally and psychologically tired already. Because I just got... I don't want to talk about it. Long story short, I just went through a short personal situation that completely drained me of my will to fucking put up with bullshit. Another dragon. My oh my. Well, guess we're fighting this one. Mind killer, jeez. Talk about imposing a headache upon someone else. Hmm. Resist killer? Really? Hmm. Do-do-do, do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Heal, refresh, great cleanse. Overwhelm. Slap you on the head with a book. Alright, going after this one now. Hmm. Well, I'm glad I did that. Alright, hope you enjoy the snuggles. Oh. Hmm. No. When you want a good fight, okay. Ooh, this song. Feverborn Folly. Skull Cluster. Mindbender. Acid Rampage. Mind over matter. Hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Alright. Alright. I gotta say, this place does not have the greatest sense of interior design. But then again, since when has it ever? Alright, so that's the path forward, I think. And then this is what? If you wish to speak to her, please behead at least one dragon. Surely, if you can do that, you can qualify as a slayer. Well then. That's the little side quest, understand. We usually hide away and feed when the others have left. Did you wait? Did you want the... Did you want the... blank IDs? Oh, did you want the kids? They are not here. Fuckers. Every day. Every day I suffer. This is my life. All I have left. Well, yeah. Continuing. Oh, great. This language. I would think. Okay, so I can translate the in two places there. So that's an E. S. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna try and relearn this. Oh, the temple shall... The temple shall rise. Then... the... real fun starts. The temple shall rise, then the real fun starts. Oh, lovely. Those hidden cards with those symbols, they smell different than the other evocations, but I can't remember. Do do do. Do 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 da da dum. Alright, gonna go back a bit. And find other enemies that we may have overlooked. Okay, no, there are no flying enemies in here. Alright, so we're here. Why am I backtracking? Because I want to make sure that I have everything covered before we continue onwards. After all, there are things you can miss if you just keep going forward. Sometimes to wait and double check is just as effective as seeking the next. Alright, so there's that. Let's deal with this dragon. Because we already dealt with the monster in here. And this dragon has something behind it, I think. Yes. Yes, let's rumble! Mindbender. Dragongeist. Acid Rampage. Moon's Gift. Oh. I don't mind. Ooh, I'm glad that missed. Moon's Gift. Okay. Thank fuck for that. Bye-bye. Alright. Scourge Rot. Terror barrier. Alright. That's gonna hurt, but you're also gonna die. Dragon killed. Let's go! Ooh, we gotta steal life out of that, too. Oh, I wanted to... Okay. Oh. Killed a dragon. Time to rest and then go kill another. Oh. Hello, friends. How are you? Mindbender. Acid Rampage. Moon's Gift. Yes, I do. Very well. Challenge accepted. Ugh. All right. Rage barrier. And we're good. Hmm. Alright. That was easy. Took up a lot of resources, but that was easy. Psy-up pill found. Nice. Alright. I think that's all of the little different things killed. Nothing left over in that direction, far as I know. Let's save. And... I wish I wasn't so alone. Wish I knew why I'm so alone. Why? I must not be strong enough, no. The princess said to herself, if I become stronger than everyone, then they can't leave me alone. If I cannot be loved, I will be revered. If I will be obeyed, I will be feared. No. Oh, I wish I was loved. I refuse. That is an unhealthy path to go down. His faithful friend, the wishing well, heard all her wishes and poured forth its magic into the lonely princess. She was no longer alone. She was strong and intelligent and revered. Her subjects looked upon her with awe and heeded her every order. Even so, no matter what is granted, wishes never end. I wish I could awaken from this nightmare. I wish my misery would end. Can I fight these other dragons, please? I want the experience. Yep, alright. Time to get some info on the boss. Long have I awaited this confrontation, invaders. Know that, though you have escaped my dungeon, you will not find me easy prey. Principal Ulrich, what's gotten into you? What have you done with the children? I owe answers to nobody. Still, as you once served me, Lamar of Arlington, I shall give the knowledge you seek. I have collected little ones of the kingdom and given them the most gracious blessing any could receive, beauty inside and out. I don't know what that means, but it can't be good. She's a decent educator, she wouldn't. I looked over my kingdom and saw a shabby, dismal domain filled with dirty, ill-behaving subjects. Subjects? And then in a vision it came to me, a garden. I would fill my kingdom with abundance of exuberant blossoms, majestic hedgerows, and enchanted tapestry of beauty. And there, within my garden, the subjects of my kingdom would be transformed from their base vile forms into something glorious. Inez, what? We fed them to the plants. What? My garden draws the spirits from their shabby little bodies, gathering them all together into forms more perfect than they could ever dream of. They shall live together inside its beautiful greenery, and every day I shall walk past to admire them. They shall bless me forget. No, they will not. They will curse you. I want to drop kick this woman's throat and break her neck. You've lost your mind. I'm sorry you had to see this, sweetie. Mr. Arlington, this ill-fated woman has been tricked into sacrificing the children to envoy her evocation. Seems that when we eliminated plant life, we destroyed the last vestiges of the children's despoiled souls. What? No! Those were... My god, what? It pains me to see that, even after all of your experiences, such things continue to elect shock from you. The situation is hardly different from that which you found yourselves. Could you please shut the fuck up right now, Ilosu? You see now why we alter their minds out of evocation. More the voracious. I cannot say it surprises me at all to see that you would not even attempt to pull yourself from your kind's sickness. Come on, how do you do that? How do you do this to these little guys? Look how sad these are. Their emotional reactions have no bearing on my existence. Oh, I'm about to have plenty of bearing on your existence. What about Dottie? If you made her into plant food, how foolish. You were told before, Dorothy Borders has been vouchsafed to the Grandmaster Trotman in the time you were laying waste to my beloved garden. Not Brian Trotman. The mayor? Who else would it be, you unconscionable villain? The Grandmaster Trotman has many friends in very high places, with lofty ambitions for the future of the city. Can't say I'm too shocked that the snake's involved in this. Involved is too light a term. Brian Trotman is the human responsible for our arrival, and deserves to have that honor recognized. A couple of things are starting to make more sense now. You make me sick, all of you. How could you just treat people like nothing? These kids, the people here, Dottie, they don't mean anything to you? Silence. Seems you haven't had the strength of will to understand. In this world, there is only the ruler and the subject. No, there are people, and you are... I want to dig my nails into her throat and watch her squirm in agony for a few days. If you do not wish to be the latter, then you may become powerful enough to be the former. That's not... Alright, I guess we're not getting out of this with reason. Good. Ready when you guys are. Jester? Time for a rematch, Arlington. Okay, so she opens it out. Lovely. We are so fucking dead. Oh yeah, we did. Why is it the one who dies the most is the one who ends up sticking alive this long? Oh no. Oh yeah, we did. We have a lot of work to do. And I think the game's bugged out a little. Forever moving slow, hey? Guess you gotta go fast. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. Change the world. Yeah, let's just not change the world in this way, thank you. Can we leave the school grounds to farm other monsters out in the streets or something? Because if not, then we're going to be spending a lot of time. Okay, so we can leave the school entrance. Want to make sure the bar isn't wasted. Not worth focusing on. Alright. Okay, so we're allowed to wander around like this. That's good. Yay, 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 yay. Just what in the fuck? Mind Vendor, Acid Rampage. Guard. Alright. That was a pretty quick battle. Majority of her attacks are sorrow-based, from what it looks like. So we'll definitely need the sorrow barrier up first. Okay, that was quick. Reason why I'm out here grinding enemies and not in the school is because these enemies I can kill relatively easily. As such, they're actually very good sources of money compared to trying to grind out money and other items from enemies inside the school. We're not quite ready to do that yet. Hmm. Ugh. Hmm. Oh, that was refreshingly easy. 313, we're gonna need more than that. I think I've already told that story. About how in Boy Scouts we were on a camping trip. I found a neat little stick, and that stick ended up keeping me from completely falling in a river. Ooh, nice. Mindbender! Acid Rampage. Hail Luna. uh, let's see, so there was that story. Well, really, I like collecting little odds and ends, see if I think them useful, but unfortunately, if I were to do that all the time with physical things, I'd eventually just become a hoarder, and frankly speaking, that's... nah. Just not feasible. Gaze, Mindbender, Acid Rampage, Hail Luna. Alright, so then what else? Mm. Hmm. Ooh. That was delicious. Can we please get more of those enemies set? Thank you. Please. Please. Hmm. Hmm. What else? Hmm. I can only hope. Just in case it isn't killed off. 415, not bad. I'm not really sure what to do. Because I have a heart. Oh. Alright, we're gonna have to go heal. Well, I could talk about my own theories, but I have a feeling several people would be immediately lost. And let's not even get started on how sometimes my own brain can get stuck in a loop in regards to those theories, because fucking... I do not want to be consumed by concepts, I want to navigate them. Mindbender. Blind Anger Guard. That one's pretty good. I'm gonna need a whole lot of money if I'm gonna be upgrading these characters properly. Alright, so then... Mindbender, Acid Rampage, Pale Luna. Alright, well if I can't do that and I can't do that, then how the fuck do I do this? Because one of the most basic problems in society is, okay, bad actors and or people that aren't going to do the job right. And at this point it's so scary about... that idea is so fucking scary because resources are limited. So employers don't want to have to risk hiring someone that might just fucking gank them for money. At the same time, employees don't want to be paid less or treated as less than what their employers have than the customers. Customers first is good in being a welcoming and opening thing, but that's not a long-term solution. If you putting the mental health of your employees under siege is not a long-term solution. Oh, nice to see you, Space Slug. $17 frickin'. Apparently there used to be a time where pennies could actually be exchanged for candy. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, then that dives into the whole problem with psychology in that, A, someone wants... You have to find the root of something before you can address all the symptoms of it. And if it's an environmental root, then you need to change the environment, but that's not always possible, so focusing on improving mental roots isn't the only option, but it's also not a good long-term solution. Breaking a positive feedback loop of negative output is fucking difficult, no matter which way you look at it. Because there's economic factors, there's political factors, there's psychological factors, there's infrastructure, transportation, just everything. And then you need to have multiple positions ready in order to even attempt uprooting the problem. And even then, that's not necessarily going to work. Is there any way to use their own bullshit against them? You need team leaders of every field in order to even attempt to do so. And Fucking... That's not even counting the number of ways in which you need to reduce nitpicking on any kind of plan. Because joy oh joy, you can bet your butt that some people are going to try and isolate nitpick different components of the plan to death because it's different from what they want or think works. And because no one wants to graciously accept that, hey, oh hey, someone's thing might be better. It's... no. He loves you not, he loves you not. Joy, oh joy, they love you not. And then there's the systematic issue of people who are just going about living their day-to-day lives and trusting authorities of power because that's what they've been taught to do, and they don't know how to do anything else, let alone trying to ask them to do anything else is just going to be absolutely fucking scary to them. I swear to frickin'... Ugh. Victory is yours! Yep, and that was a good chunk of money. $6.95, not bad. Because you need to tackle 3 corners of something at the same time. You need to tackle the economy, basic resources and assurances for citizens, and social identities, all in the same go. And there's using fear to do so, but that's not a long-term solution. That only entrenches the problem further. You can't just use peace completely to do it, otherwise, well, you're going to get outplayed in the long run by tricksters and asshats who would like nothing more than to keep their comfy seats and not let everyone else get to an equal footing. So how in the fuck? Oh. So you need to have a solid fundamental across all of those different areas, a proper understanding of how economics is supposed to work as an ecosystem and not as a gain infinitely everything forever system, because joy oh joy, people like numbers go up a bit too much. Oh, hey August, I'm contemplating the world and how I want to make it a better place, and I'm just thinking about all the roadblocks that are in the way to doing it. How are you doing? Hey Pyra, how are you doing? I'm ranting and raving about the world while farming money and experience. Ah. Easy money. That's good to hear. Anything you up to today, or is it just work stuff? Acid Rampage, book learning to that. Ooh, hope it adjusts well to where it's at. Honestly, we over here should ask the HOA about planting another water-friendly tree. Or rather, a water-conservative tree in front of our house, so as to help save on cooling costs. Ah. Oh, I can only imagine. I'm still surprised that someone looked at a maple tree and thought, maple syrup. Yeah, that's the downside. I want to get into, like, plant biology research and everything else and just make the world a better place, but I know that if I don't have the fucking baseline security to even start on that stuff, then it's not going to be worth it. Plus, if I get too large, then I'm going to attract interest and otherwise from people who are in power and are already trying to play their own games around the world. You got... We're getting so focused on getting stuff done that we isolate from each other as people, and that just further reinforces the trauma. And everyone's trying to make a buck ahead in the world, so that way they can at least secure their own future, but when the future keeps getting mined out at the foundation, eventually there's going to be no future. You can't build a city on top of that flat dirt. You need foundations, and if you keep mining and chipping away at the foundations of what a structured society is, then eventually it is going to self-collapse and eat itself alive. No amount of bailing someone out is going to fix that. I'm letting myself gnaw on this, as it's at least something for me to ramble on about, instead of other things that I really don't want to be rambling on about during stream. Because I'm still trying to figure out my own theming, I'm still trying to figure out design ideas and inspirations. Where does the line between an aesthetic inspiration and a I want to be that inspiration lie? And it's like the cephalopop is being excluded from the group. 928. Let's fucking go. Already explored these areas. What is the smallest problem that has the largest impact overall? And what are the nuances of that problem that can be secured and reinforced in such a way where one does not struggle to maintain progress? There we go. Then how the hell are you going to implement such a plan? Because implementation is part of solving. It's not just, oh, do this and it's done. I hate how many people think that's how things work. I hate that I get into that mental state myself sometimes. Double damage if the target is asleep. Interesting, but no. No, let's actually go down this. What the? No way. So they also get it? Okay, so hers is later on down the list. Terror resist should be the next focus point then. Alright, how do you grow resources without harming the environment? You have to take things slower. Okay, but then how the fuck do you match the competition, who are going to strangle you out if you're not doing well enough? You need to have a side business that actually matches a field of competition in a specific area. Okay, are you going to do the research in both areas? And then that's where the other part it comes in. Yes, but then no, and then yes. Specialty craft, reliable quality. Victory is yours! Thank you, game. And then it all comes down to logistics, too. So, reliable sources, unreliable sources, shortages, resources, stockpile-ups, and otherwise. How to predict for unlikely scenarios that could topple a company. And this is me considering the abstract of all this. Very much the reality of it is a whole nother level of navigation. Alright, but then how would you do that? Because entertainment is its own wealth of nuances and avenues to get lost in. How do you drive the collective unconscious towards positive action? In a way where it makes it seem like it's their own idea. Terror. Pale Luna. Victory is yours. Thank you, game. How do you maintain all of these individual ecosystems without letting them become rampant and overrun each other to try and engulf every other ecosystem? Because it's in ecosystems trying to compete amongst one another that the problems pop up. Psychological ecosystems, physical ecosystems, monetary ecosystems. It's fucking pain in the ass. That was easy. Alright, then how in the fuck are you going to be able to navigate each one properly and lead it to a healthy point? Then you have to catalog them, which means if you try to do all of them, you're going to run into an information overload error. So that's not going to be possible. So instead, you need to identify key points that overlap with each other for the most part. And then, from cross-referencing those key points, you can then subdivide extremely efficiently into the niches and communities that are necessary at the foundational level. But that's assuming that there's going... so many... The world is a puzzle and I am a frustrated bitch scratching her head over it. Rules are not sacred, but they are to be respected, by damn it. If you want to risk your ass being the exception, go ahead. But know that you have to be responsible for your own shit in trying to be an exception. Ugh. Need to study multiple fields, enough to get at least near enough to the core of those fields to have reliably useful reference points. Dead, dead, dead. Then how do you address the fundamental problem of, okay, so you've got all of these resources, systems, and plans laid out. How the fuck do you make sure the trash, excess, or leftover waste of those systems doesn't clutter itself up into a nigh unmanageable problem? Because if you can address that from the start, then you're going to have an easier time addressing other problems as they pop up. Builds and skill sets, I can understand why people are focusing on that, but at the same time, trying to create something else to solve our problems isn't going to be the solution to solving our problems. It'll be a step in the right direction if it can notice things that we don't, but otherwise, it's not going to be useful, especially if we pay it no mind or treat it poorly. And there's that issue then. So then that's an issue too. I enjoy gnawing on this fucking puzzle called life, even as it fucking makes my life miserable. Even if it makes my existence miserable sometimes. And so, time and again, I just keep running into the same mental solution. You have to set an example and make it be a noteworthy example that is worth it following and actually comprehensible to follow. Then you need to find other noteworthy examples that run parallel and or intersect with without having the end result just completely destroy everything. Now I wish I could talk to that person, because they would definitely be able to bat me upside the head and say, oh yeah, there's this, this, and this that you aren't considering. It's like, And then I would actually be able to get into an argument with them about why that's important, and they would either prove me wrong, or I'd help them work through something that they had as a misconception. At the same time, doing that, if someone's afraid or embarrassed of me, is tricky, because then I have to worry about taking mental and emotional damage. Thank you for the head pats. Subversion for the sake of reinforcement and renewal, not for the sake of destruction and chaos. System update rather than, an overtaking. No. Ay. Any lines of thought you want to throw your way, hun? Or are you just watching me gnaw on this in an attempt to just choose a direction out of it? Because my mind is actually running currently. Yes, that is an isolationist defined center point of there is this and there is that, but does that actually apply to our reality, or is that just better used as a general relevance point? Because then there's just the oh my frickin'... I can't even remember the word for great thinkers and people who run around thoughts like it's nothing, contemplate life, and come up with, okay, their own definition of life. Because I know I kind of fit into that category. At the same time... I'm running in circles, and I'm trying to figure out a way to stop running in circles for multiple avenues of my life. Because for me, in order to pull any of this idea shit off, I'd have to have a fucking guidebook at my side. And it would take me ages. So I can't bet on myself completing any of these ideas. Which is annoying. Oh. There's not to even mention that. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna save here and pick up progress on another stream sometime later. For now, though, I'm done with the game. And I'm done with the stream. My brain is running in circles and everything. Yeah. Yeah, you need to deal with your own personal weights before you can go helping other people with their personal weights. Unless you want to start doing psychological endurance training, which I'm going to tell you from the get-go, please don't. Please don't. It's not fun. In any case, let's see who's live that we can raid. Ooh, okay, only 3. Well, I know who I'm raiding. Kitty DVR. They're playing Hades 2. And it looks to be an interesting game. So, to all those who stopped by, thank you. To all of those who stuck around, thank you. Hope you have a good day, good night, whatever time it is. And if it isn't good, I hope it improves. See you all later. Bye. And desktop audio off. You called it. That's good to hear. Oh. Oh. To those who stopped by, thank you. To those who stuck around, thank you. Hope you have a good day, good night, whatever time it is. And if it isn't good, I hope it improves. See y'all later. Bye.